The light in the field, it was the middle of July, and the air was thick with the scent of dry grass and the buzz of cicadas. Katie and her younger brother, Will, were staying with their grandparents on their farm for the summer. The sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the fields. They had explored every inch of the property, from the rusted barn to the overgrown orchard, but there was one place they had always been told to avoid: the old wheat field at the back of the farm. The field had once been full of crops, but now it was just a patch of knee-high weeds, bordered by a line of tall, whispering trees. Their grandmother always said the place was haunted, and that the spirits of the old farm workers still roamed there after sundown. It was just one of those things they'd never really questioned. Until now. It had been a long, hot afternoon, and as the evening crept in, Will nudged Katie. "Do you want to go see it?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper. Katie hesitated. It felt wrong, but the idea of breaking the rules had a pull she couldn't resist. They slipped out of the house and snuck past the fading rows of corn, their bare feet light on the cracked earth. The air was cooler now, but the sky was still burning orange. They reached the edge of the field, and a strange chill settled over them. The trees stood still, their branches motionless in the dead silence. "Maybe we should go back," Katie said, uneasy. But Will had already stepped into the field, his small form swallowed by the tall weeds. He was too far ahead, and before she could stop him, he called out, "Katie, come see this." She hesitated, heart racing, but something urged her forward. As she stepped into the field, the hairs on the back of her neck stood up. The sky had darkened, and a single light glowed faintly between the tall grasses. It flickered like a lantern, dim and uncertain. "Will?" Katie called. No answer. She stepped closer, the weeds crunching underfoot. As the light grew brighter, she saw the shape of her brother standing in the center of the field, staring up at something she couldn't see. "Will!" She shouted again, but the words caught in her throat. And then, in one sickening moment, she realized the light wasn't coming from a lantern. It was coming from something far darker, something watching them. From the edge of the trees, a figure emerged, tall and thin, draped in shadow. "Run," Katie whispered, but it was too late. The field was alive, and it was hungry.